Since we're doing the songs now, I think we are going to discontinue the musical intros. I'm cannibalizing a bunch of songs that I might actually do. So for this final one, I'm going to play a bunch of random stuff in the key of E. We've got a pretty solid morning roundup for you today. Guitar octo, guitar octo, guitar octo, guitar octo. And we are waffling, baby. We got our pancakes and we got our shark. Very happily, ice cream done. Direct drive extruder did great, and another shark. Also, we keep adding to the Moai stack. It's getting pretty nice over here. Got a lot of good feedback on the whole direct drive thing. We're going to try out the cheap thing. If that works, I'll probably just stick with it. But a lot of people are saying you're gonna want that micro Swiss upgrade. And it is nice, I gotta say. So we'll play it by ear. I'm not just gonna spend money unnecessarily, but you know, maybe especially after Christmas or something, we'll dish out some money and upgrade a lot of the printers. Sales were really good this week. Somebody just bought a giant chunk of cheese. Been a while. Really feel like a salad today. I think we're gonna walk. We should walk more. Anybody want a cat thing? Hey, check this out. Somebody dropped a razor knife. I have a giant pack of razor blades that this fits. We'll find a place for this in the shop. There should be some kind of dumpster diving themed game. Great place for a salad. Decided to go with the Angus Club king size instead. Red beans and rice. Oh man, that was really good. Hit the spot. Can't take the Segway everywhere. Sometimes you gotta go it all natural. The direct drive thing showed up. We got our new to us razor knife. Years ago, I got one of those giant packs of these razor blades. I have not gone through it, although I made a pretty good dent. What I always do with old razor blades like this is I wrap them in tape before throwing them away. You never know what kind of circumstance might happen. Somebody might step on one of these, be a bad time. It came with an extender. I had an extender and I didn't need it, so whatever. All right, we're just gonna make it look like that. Check this out. Here's an error I've never gotten before. Degsow. Well, it does look like it's working. We will see how it goes. Some gargoyle knobs. Oh yeah, this is the bronze Saruman pipe. Well, we're making the straw for the drink, and I think this is working. It's been going long enough that I feel like we've fixed this, but we're gonna let the whole thing print and that'll be a real test. And we've got a ukulele hanger. Here we've got our alligator skull, and here we've got classic hammerhead, and we've got the gator skull. Bronze bear, our hammerhead, and sharky. And perhaps most excitingly, the first waffle we've ever sent, I think. Actually, maybe there's another one. I don't know. Now for my favorite time of day, hearing from you beautiful people. Oh, and the people that aren't, but most of you are. Definitely the big theme. I think every single person said that they prefer direct drive. I'm not going to try to respond to every single one of them. There were tons and tons of comments. You guys like direct drive, and I respect that. Ambassador Naranek, with all the crypto coin segments, when does M3 coin launch? I gotta be a little more famous than that. But don't worry, in a few years I will scam all of you. There was a good discussion in the comments and questions section, link below to the Discord, join, about the role of tradition with cognition. I'm not gonna try to summarize all of this as well, but it's interesting. There's a lot here. A lot of what I was saying was, see, if you're like middle to high IQ, there's a lot of theories of morality and stuff that make a lot of sense for people that can do a lot of abstract reasoning. I guess this doesn't verge on political talk, but Sam Harris's view of morality with his book The Moral Landscape, there's a lot of stuff that, like, listen, if you're pretty intelligent and you can think of how things iterate over the long term, like the Kantian categorical imperative, you know, you can get to a reasonable moral theory quite easily if you can richly imagine the future. So it's very easy for people that are in that position to kind of think like, well, why do we need traditions and stuff? Because they and a lot of the people that they've self-selected to be around them probably would be okay without tradition. Or at least they'd be, maybe you'd have to say compared to what, I don't know, but they're basically going to live pretty moral lives regardless of anything else. There are real exceptions to that, but the problem is there are a lot of people that aren't going to be philosopher kings, and this is not throwing shade at anybody, you just are what you are. There's a lot of people that need to rely on tradition to a large extent because they're just not going to think, they either can't or they don't like to or whatever. They're not going to think through every possible situation they could be in and arrive at the best conclusion. And a lot of times the best conclusion is pretty hard to arrive at, even if you're not fairly low IQ. There are real moral quandaries and stuff. Basically, all of this is related to a comment in my last video about religion, pretty much. Anyway, it was an interesting discussion. There's a lot here, but you can check it out. Like I said, join the Discord. Elric Traver, hey bro, I've come out of the forest to lend you some of my expertise on the Ender direct drive system. I hope you were actually in a forest. That'd be so much cooler. The cheaper option will not be anywhere near as good as the micro Swiss direct drive setup. I would offer to have gone the nuclear route to start with. I hope you have success with the cheap option, but the micro Swift is so good, it's not even in comparison. I would chalk the first DD, Dunkin' Donuts? Why would you chuck the first Dunkin' Donuts setup as a loss and order 4 of the micro Swiss direct drive units? But that's just me. Okay, there's a bunch here. But thank you for commenting, and we will see. We're just going to test it out. Like I said, maybe we will go with the more expensive, but thanks for commenting. Okay, yeah, there's a ton of comments about the direct drive thing. Yeah, just a second. Okay, here's one. Joseph's story. I can't believe you've gone this long with those huge beds and you still aren't using some kind of automated bed mesh system. I guess you could probably ascertain that I don't do that. I'm trying to think how you would notice. I'm curious how much you up the reliability and speed with an ABL and a fatter nozzle. I don't like automatic bed leveling at all. I've done quite a bit of it, and I honestly sort of hate it. I find that manual leveling is just way, way better. I don't know, after years and years of manually leveling everything, you'll notice that I don't really have adhesion issues very much at all. Every once in a while, but it's probably been months since I had anything not adhere well. But yeah, I'm a manual bed leveling person. I know a lot of people like automatic, but it's just not for me. I can do it so quickly and I'm so used to doing it that I'm just going manual. I'm driving stick. Also, a lot of people mentioned that Micro Swiss has a sale during the holidays, which I do kind of recall I used to buy nozzles from them, so we might look out for that. I mean, I'm sure it happens. I just wonder, like, how many people they're like, I know what I'm gonna get my wife, a micro Swiss extruder assembly. Wrap it up, put it under the tree, and she's all excited, and she loses her mind when she opens up the box. Where are those women? We need one of those. Well, let me see. What am I grateful for? I guess the direct drive is working out pretty good. We'll see over the long term whether it's nice and sufficient. I'm very, very grateful for all of you guys' feedback. It really is like basically unanimous that everybody likes direct drive. We launched another song in the M3 songbook today, and I think we're going to call that series Deep Cuts, because I'm specifically wanting to do songs that are not the popular ones that get all the clicks. Everybody does that. I think I want the series to be like, here's a song you've probably never heard before. It's really for people that want to explore music that they haven't heard, or at least deep cuts from a band maybe they've heard of, but they haven't heard that song. I'm always wanting people to give me deep cuts from bands that I wouldn't know about, but I probably would like. So maybe that's kind of the theme of the series. But yeah, really good sales pretty much all this week and today. Very grateful for that. That is my gratitude basket. Do you expect me to talk? Well, let me know in the comments what you are grateful for. We are the Gratitude Gang. All you gotta do to be a member, a made member, is to be grateful for something. Write down in the comments what you are grateful for, what you like about the episodes, etc. As you know, I love to read the comments. We will catch you on the next fire episode. We drop them every day. Peace out.
Stay around you. I can't say what I need. This blinding are lessons I'm seeing to standing in a moment. What has been is cast aside, frozen there as time rode. I know that you must have died. Everything that emotions, and we're all going to die. So leave me something precious, another glimpse of light. Lions around you. Open up your light, time to say a Wiedersehen.